Welcome to the utmost confusion of every single goddamn thing. My name is Regiinator, and I am joined by Jetstorm. Jetstorm.
Slightly recovering.
Oh, and Bino King.
Well, you see, if we're reading Ragnar's apartment, I will always do this.
We're not.
What? Oh.
Okay, I am starting a story that you two have no choice but to read now because I've opened it and I'm recording. So we shall begin very, very, very quickly. By the way, I didn't sing the theme tune because I'm not very well. Continuing. Rain Strife, who is Cloud Strife's brother, was one day near Midgar in a city small called Strife Town, where Cloud Strife was born in, and Rain Strife too.
Strife Town is wrong. I actually know where the hell he originally comes from.
Hey, you say!
Shut up, Jack!
Jack, you say! I came. What? On Rain Strife. What? And Rain Strife too. Rain Strife was littler than Cloud Strife, so he couldn't join Barrett and Tifa, so he stayed home and stayed. Stayed home and stayed? Rain Strife was practicing so he could one day do it like Cloud Strife. Do what? Do what? And that is the time... And that is the time when it happened when comets came down to Strife Town and killed people in Strife Town. And Rain Strife's parents, who were Cloud Strife's parents too. No, duh. The comets came and killed people in Strife Town and Midgar and everywhere else in fantasy. And everywhere else. And people said really loud, "Help us somebody soon!" So apparently everyone is...
What this thing would be...
Everyone is minty.
No. If Strife was at that moment wearing earplugs.
Oh dear. And Rain Strife heard it, so he went. Rain Strife travelled fast to where loud sounds come from, to help them out there. They said all together, "Help, Rain Strife, we are hurting." And Rain Strife said back, "I will help you, Nigel Thornberry, if you're hurting."
They got to the town. He realized it was a twilight rehearsal.
"I will help you if you're hurting, Nigel Thornberry." And Rain Strife blew out fire and picked up some comet off people and band-aided them to... Band-aided them? Band-aid is a type of bandage. It's not...
My hat and I band-aid people and I go...
Then Nigel Thornberry yelled, Rain Strife yelled out loud, real loud, "Bino King, stop or I make you stop!" And travelled fast to where Bino King is.
What the fuck am I doing in that story?
Bino King is now Sephiroth.
Why am I proud about it?
Bino King is now Sephiroth. Rain Strife travelled over the lands and hills and ground and water and wanted to stop Bino King to make him stop hurting people in Strife Town and all other towns in Fantasy World. Oh, God.
Okay. I have to be Rain Strife. I have to be Rain Strife.
Oh, God. Fantasy World. Jetstorm stopped at other places and said, "All people, I will stop Bino King and help the people until I do." And the people of Fantasy World said, "Thank you, Jetstorm, save us like Kaolas did before." "Save us like Rage Wolf did before." So he went on the way to Bino King's castle in the sky. When the hell did you get a castle? Jetstorm had fight and battle bad guys on the way there. Jetstorm travelled and then BOOM! There was fight. And Jetstorm had to fight, but he didn't have members to help Jetstorm yet. So Jetstorm had to do it himself. It's like fucking Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah!
The bad guy was like an X-Death, but had wings and fire came out. The bad guy was like a tree, but he was X-Death, so wings and fire. So Jetstorm had to duck a lot. Jetstorm went slash fast and slash cut tree in parts and fell apart and died fast. So Jetstorm did wind dance and kept travelling faster. Jetstorm went over a hill and saw town and went and got in and saw bad things punching people. Punching? Punching.
Now.
He saw things being punches at people in town. So Jetstorm said, "Stop!" and fighted them and won them and did another wind dance. And kept talking to see what happened. People in town said, "Bino King came," and I'm so tempted to make a very bad joke there.
Oh yeah.
And Jetstorm said, "No, Bino King, not this time," and screamed to sky. Then a Balck guy with gun on hands said, "I help," and said, "I help you, Jetstorm, to defeat Bino King in the sky." So the black guy is now Dan Green. So Jetstorm said, "Thanks, you black guy, you are in quest, even though you has no name." And Jetstorm and Dan Green with gun hands left town to fight Bino King. Jetstorm and Dan Green talked on the way to travel there to see what happened to him. Dan Green said comets came to his town and killed all the family in his house. So Dan Green wanted to kill Bino King back. Jetstorm told Dan Green about Strife Town and all happened. So Dan Green said, "I'll help you more," because the story was sad. Jetstorm and Dan Green kept going. Then all of a sudden, boom again, and a other fight came. Dan Green said, this is my fight this time," and shot the bad guys with weapon hands and bad guys in the face. And bad guys said,
Shot the bad guys with his dual disc.
and bad guys said, "Ah, no, Bino King, we're sorry we died," and disappeared. So Dan Green and Jetstorm did wind dance, and music came when they danced. I want music to come when I dance. Then they kept going. Jetstorm and Dan Green kept on the path. Then they saw a big city on fire. I like the way it's like a big city. They didn't even like research fucking names for this. Just a big city. And said, "Oh no," both together. Because it wasn't important. Because Cumtown was on fire. And Jetstorm and Dan Green said, "We need to help fast and save the whale lords." And ran there. So then something bad happened. To be continued.
You know what it should have been instead of the shooting with the weapons on his hand?
Shot with a dual disc. No, he threw a Karibo.
Exactly, yeah. Up to date.
He threw a Karibo. He frisbeed a Karibo. It's like a Karibo boomerang. Just and my voice is gone.
Wait, a Karibo boomerang? I didn't know Snow had that kind of
Oh no.
I didn't know Hope had that kind of ultimate weapon.
Yes, Hope's ultimate weapon is now Karibo. Anyway, that was my voice is gone. I like the way the black guy ended up being Dan Green. Save us like Rage Wolf did before.
I was going to make it like Curb.
Oh.
No, hey, black guy, Nero, Crosby. Oh.
Well, you see, I help you reign strife because you are hurting. No, that's.
And it was sad.
He wanted to help it. He said he He said, "You see, I help you more because the story is sad and with the Jello pudding."
So I help you.
The story was sad because it had no Jello pudding.
So we came to come down to save the whale.
We came to come down to save the whale lords because it was burning. Anyway, this has been Regiinator. And I have been joined by Jetstorm.
I am currently hiding under my duvet.
He is currently doing wind dance. And we are
Yeah,
joined
I-
by Bino King the Sephiroth.
And I'm hiding in my castle that somehow I never had before.
And
He's
it's
hiding-
in the sky.
He's hiding in his
Yeah.
castle in the sky. It's like Bino's moving castle.
Can we build castles in the sky?
Uh,
Oh, tell me why.
We are done. There is no more.